Many have been cheered this week by the imminent prospect of a further lifting of coronavirus restrictions and the chance to go out and enjoy time in a restaurant, albeit only in outdoor seating for another month or so. It's been a long time since people have been able to enjoy this simple pleasure, and national morale is sure to be boosted by this next step back to normality. This set me to thinking about the Jewish attitude to food, especially as this week's parasha includes the famous laws of kashrut. In truth, we're not entirely comfortable with just enjoying pleasures of this world for their own sake. A Mishnah in the 4th chapter of Pirkei Avos says that we are born against our will, and Rabbi Moshe Chaim Luzzatto explains in his famous Mesilas Yesharim that whereas the body needs to sustain itself with things of this world, the soul despises the physical pleasures which our world offers. We can understand this in the light of a prayer we say every morning before davening, the prayer called Elokai Neshama. Lord, the soul that you put in me is pure. You created it, you formed it, you breathed it into me. You protect it within me, and you will in future take it from me, only to return it to me in the time of the world to come. This soul, this precious breath of God, takes no pleasure in the crackling exterior and melting flesh of a good roast, or the bouquet of a fine wine. It is quite simply built for higher things, and if such pleasures are the high points of our lives, we are doing ourselves less than justice. So how do we dine out with a good conscience? Ma'or VaShomesh, a collection of the teachings of the Polish genius Rabbi Kalonymus Epstein, delves into the deeper meanings of our verse in our parsha and comes up with a solution. He analyzes the verse which defines a kosher animal. Kol mafreses parsa v'shoisa shesa prosois ma'alas geira b'behema oisot techilu. We normally translate this to mean any creature that has hooves, then the hooves are cloven, that chews the cud, that may you eat. But there is a hidden layer of meaning to this verse. Mafreses parsa can be taken to mean it breaks a barrier. Shoisa shesa can be taken to mean it rips open a hole. The kosher animal has something in it which helps us to break through. Whereas sin divides us from God, kosher food breaks that division down and rips it to pieces. The very fact that we are obeying a Torah command when we eat it means that it draws us closer to God. Ma'alas gero can be taken to mean it brings up the state of the stranger. The stranger feels humble and looks out for support from others. We learned this humility during the centuries of our slavery in Egypt, and we are to use that painful memory to be more aware both of our own fragility, so that we approach God gently and with humility, and also of the needs of others who feel themselves to be on the edge of society. And here we have it. Yes, the rush of warm air, the enticing fragrance of the food as we enter a restaurant are intoxicating. It is nice to be treated like royalty by the staff, to have a good meal cooked, served and cleared away without lifting a finger. But these are just the trappings of a process that risks frustrating and demeaning our own souls. The Jewish way is at least to choose kosher. Enjoying God's gifts in the right way means that we bring the divine presence down to our tables, that God celebrates with us, and that we will be more ready to reach out to include others in our happiness. The meal is transformed into an offering on an altar. Its mouth-watering smell is a pleasing fragrance for God as well as for us. And we can go further. In the midst of this lovely process, we can be mindful that by choosing kosher, we are actually becoming better people, both more spiritual and more kindly. So next time we open that carefully presented menu and are tempted by the exciting dishes and the extensive choice, we can remember that it's not just the food we are choosing. We are also choosing to break through to God and to approach Him reverently, with humility and with gratitude. Thank you for listening, and bon appétit.